Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today I'm going to show you how to paint faux rust without using cinnamon. So I grabbed one of these tin pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to turn it into this. This also will work on any surface. So the first thing you're going to need is the color terracotta, honey brown, and burnt umber. So basically a dark brown, a lighter brown, and an orange color. You can use those exact ones or any variation of ones that you have. You're going to need some stencil brushes with the chip style brush heads, a palette knife, and something to mix paint on. So the first thing you're going to do is take that burnt umber and you're going to stipple with your stencil brush all over the entire surface. And you want to have some pretty good coverage, and you can allow this to go on semi-thick. It's okay if a little bit of the background is showing, but you really want a good base coat because this is going to be your base coat. So once you have this all stippled on, you're going to allow this to dry. You can use a heat gun, but just be careful not to allow the paint to crackle. And also remember that you're working on metal, and metal gets very hot. So you may want to just let this coat dry on its own or use the cool setting on a blow dryer. But you want to make sure that this coat is fully dry. Once you have that all painted and it's all dry, you're going to take your honey brown and your burnt umber, and you're going to mix it together on your little palette or wherever you're mixing your paint until you get the desired brown that you're looking for. I wanted like a medium brown color with like a little bit of that yellowy tone to it that you can see in the honey brown paint. So I just kept mixing back and forth with the burnt umber and the honey brown until I got the desired color that I was looking for. And as you can see, I'm kind of going back and forth between the light brown and the dark brown and just kind of mixing them together until I really get this color that I'm looking for. And it's just like a really light brown, almost like a milk chocolate, I guess is how I would describe it. And here you can see this is the exact color that I was looking for. It's just, like I said, looks like milk chocolate. So next you're going to take your stipple brush again, your stencil brush, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to stipple this very lightly all over the whole surface again. And it doesn't have to be full coverage, but you want to do a good job at covering. But you don't want to fully cover up that brown. So you're just going to kind of stipple over the whole surface until you get a nice second base coat, sort of. And as you can see, I'm just kind of going all around. And as you can see, it's a pretty good coat, but I still allowed some of that brown to come through. Next, you're going to take some of that orange paint and you're going to wipe off your excess, and you're going to just dab that randomly around the whole pumpkin. And you can do this in any areas that you want, but you don't want to do a full coverage with the orange. So you're just going to go around adding orange to certain spots all over, but don't go overboard with the orange or it comes out looking funny. So you just want to add some of the orange all over, just stippling and using just barely enough paint. Once you get done with that, you're going to go back to the mixed color of the honey brown and the burnt umber, and you're going to go over all of the orange and sort of blend it in. And I'm just doing this by stippling back over the whole project again to blend in that orange so that it doesn't stick out and it's not so bright. You can also go back and forth between this and the burnt umber paint at the end. So I just kind of went back and forth between the mixed colors and the burnt umber until I got the desired effect that I was looking for. If you want your rust to be darker, then you'll use more of the burnt umber. If you want it to be more of an orangey color, then you're going to use more of the orange. If you want it to be just kind of like a middle rust color, you're going to use more of the honey brown and the burnt umber mixed together, which is what I did. I really liked the way that that color looked, and it definitely gave a very good rust effect. So I just kept stippling, like I said, just kind of going, mixing back and forth, but not using any more of the orange, just using the burnt umber and honey brown mixture, or just straight of the little bit of burnt umber. And you just want to go over and make sure it's fully blended so that you're not seeing any of the tin coming through on the back or any of the background depending on the surface that you're using. And look how cute this comes out. How perfect is that? It looks just like rust. And I mean, I know that this is wet, so it looks really shiny, but it doesn't dry that way. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. How cute and how easy is this? Just using 3 colors of paint without using the cinnamon, it definitely makes it a much easier process and so much cleaner. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you learned something, and I would love to see what you're going to use this faux rust technique on. Thank you for watching.